So today we're gonna see what would happen if a minor league team played in the major leagues. So today we're gonna see what would happen if a minor league team played in the major leagues. Maybe we try to win them a World Series, but really I just want to see how crazy it would be, how bad they're gonna be, how good they're gonna be. Are we gonna see something crazy happen? That's really what we're gonna see today. So I hope you do enjoy it. Of course, if you do, hit that thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoyed the content, and of course, in the comment section, let me know. Do you think like a minor league team could beat, maybe like the Orioles or the Diamondbacks, maybe the Pirates? Who do you think it's possible? I mean, there's some pretty good minor league teams out there, but do you think it's possible? So for today's video, we're going to use the Tigers. Some of the best minor league teams in terms of standings for like AAA were like the Braves, the Tigers, the Yankees, the Rays, and there was another one that I'm missing, but I can't think of who it is. I think the Twins. I think the Twins were up there as well. All right, so here we go. Let's take a look at this team. So we've got Julio Teheran, Willie Peralta, Joey Wentz, Ramirez, Fado, and this is currently what our bullpen looks like. It doesn't look great. It's a minor league team, right? Like they're kind of fringe MLB players slash minor leaguers, prospects who are coming up through the system, so you guys can kind of see what we're working with here. I know Teheran has made a start in the majors, but at the same time he hasn't really been in the majors this year. On top of that, Renato Nunez is kind of the same thing, where he spent most of the season in AAA. So what I did was I kind of just looked to see who was on the MLB roster currently, and then if they weren't on that roster, I just got rid of them and I put them as 1 overall players. And then what I did was I just kept everybody else in AAA, AA, single A in this roster, and that way we could just rock with it that way. So I know I'm probably missing some random infielder or pitcher or something like that, but I got the majority of like the AAA, AA, and single A roster for the Tigers here. So this is what we're gonna rock with. This is what we have. Looking at it, it doesn't look great, but yeah, this is what we get to work with. So let's see how it goes. Probably not great. I mean, it doesn't look great. We've got the somewhat better speed than other teams, but outside of that, we're ranked 30th. So yeah, let's see what happens. I'm gonna leave everything like this. I'm not gonna make any trades. I want to see how they do. All right, so we're at the All-Star break. We're 29-63, so clearly it's not going well. And with this rebuild, it's not even a rebuild. It's just an experiment to see how everything would play out. Like, how would a minor league team do? Could they handle themselves? Could they hold their own in the majors? So the whole point of this is just to kind of see how things go. Let's see if we had a crazy like All-Star anywhere, anything. Who we had our catcher as our representative in Juan Citeno. That was our All-Star representative. That's tough. That's tough. So I almost backed out. There it is. There we are. Like I said, I'm not making any trades. We're just gonna keep it a minor league team. So no crazy signings, no crazy trades allowed. We're just seeing what happens. So let's keep it going, see what happens here. All right, so the season's over. 54-108, and I actually just looked to see where that ranks them all time. And it actually puts them at a fairly respectable season in terms of some of the worst teams all time. Like, it doesn't even put them close. Some of the worst records are in the 40s. So they avoided it. No league leaders, no awards, sadly. But let's go take a look at team rankings, see where they are. They weren't last in batting average. They were 27th, so respect there. At bats, I don't care about. Runs, they were 29th. They weren't even the worst team. Okay, hits wise, 27th, so near the bottom, but they're not the worst. 27th again. We're very consistent, it looks like. 26th, home runs, 29th. What do we got here? 29th for runs, stolen bases. Okay, did we crack? Oh, 18th. We got 18th there. Stolen base percentage, I don't care about. Walks, 28th. Strikeouts, 29th. Slugging percentage, 29th. On base percentage, 29th. Okay, so let's see how the pitching went. 26th. Okay. Complete games, 22nd. Shutouts. We had a shutout. Who was the team that allowed a shutout? We had 1 shutout. I gotta go find that now. It was Pittsburgh. It was Pittsburgh. We won 4-0. Pittsburgh. Oh, man. It was Pittsburgh. But it said Fido, but didn't it say Tehran had a shutout? So did we have another shutout that, like, we, like, didn't get a... Oh, we had 2. Okay, so there's another one. Did I miss a couple? That's 2 shutouts. Was that, or was it complete games that I was looking at and I'm just being a moron here? That could be it. Shutouts. What do we have here? Where were we? We were like 16. It only says we have 1 shutout. So is that like complete games? But no, that's we had 1 complete game. So am I just missing something? Am I just being ignorant and I'm like just not putting 2 and 2 together? We were 28th in saves, blown saves. We weren't even that bad. Maybe we just didn't have that many opportunities to blow a save. We were tied for 6th with only 4 blown saves. I don't know if I believe this at all. 25th for hits allowed, 26th for runs allowed. So like we weren't even like one of the worst teams in baseball. We're like, okay, let's bring that back. We were one of the worst teams in baseball, but you know, we were worse than the AL. What about the NL? Oh yeah, we were the worst team in baseball, standings wise. But in terms of ranking with the teams, we were like what, 26th, 27th for most. So like that's a win, right? So did anybody actually like have a respectable pitching season, or like a respectable, like Ladwig did, or Kroll did? Okay, we got Foley, Derek Holland, Ronnie Garcia, Lang. Okay, Will Vest. I'll take it. I know Derek Holland is, you know, a player that has been up and down. Actually, did he retire this year? Or announced that he was going to retire? He might have retired. Hold on. Why do I feel like... No, he's still with the Tigers. Okay. I don't know. Why did I think he was retiring? Maybe I'm just a little crazy. So what do we got going on in the majors this year? Anybody absolutely mash? Doesn't look like it. Spencer Torkelson, a respectable year for sure. That's not too bad. 270 average, 338 on base percentage is all right. OPS slugging percentage. We got Renato Nunez. Kristen Stewart was actually pretty good. We can work with that. Jacoby Jones, Ceteno, and then Paredes. Oh, Zach Short, who I know has been kind of up and down with the team in terms of MLB and AAA. So let's get into the offseason. Let's make sure like no major leaguers are signed. The Mets defeat the White Sox, and I just want to see like maybe 2-3 seasons to kind of see how the team does. Can they like compete? Can they improve without signing any major leaguers? I feel like that's kind of like the main thing here. Just don't sign any major leaguers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the CPU handle this part right here. Also free agency, but I got to make sure they don't sign any like Trevor Story, Clayton Kershaw, things like that. So let's get into it. All right, with the second season, this is currently what everything's looking like. Brandon Lyons was someone that they drafted in the first season, and you guys can kind of see this is what's happened. They've assigned a couple players. They're still looking like a AAA squad for sure. I mean, this is a rough looking team. I mean, in the majors, they definitely would get smacked around a little bit. Ty Madden's been called up, okay. And anything else going crazy? It looks like they've signed a couple players like Covey, Peters. What else do we have? Brooks Raley. I just had to make sure that there was no like Trevor Story signed or anything crazy like that. But it looks like most of the players that were signed were just farm system guys, like Nick Martini, Cameron Maben's back. What else do we got here? Chad De La Guerra, who I'm pretty sure is part of the Red Sox organization, if I'm correct. So yeah, still ranked pretty low. You can see they've lost their first game, and let's keep moving forward. Let's just see how it goes. Maybe we can move up the ladder a little bit with the squad. All right, just past the All-Star break, and yeah, I don't think we're gonna have another good representative. Wasn't our catcher? It was Spencer Torkelson. All right, so we're kind of closer to the trade deadline, but okay, Spencer Torkelson's looking nice. Anybody else? Anybody close? No, just Spencer Torkelson. Okay, not great. So 52 and 110, which I'm pretty sure is worse than what we were last year. Yeah, by 2 games. That's not good. An award. What did we get? Rookie of the Year for Brandon Lyons. Okay, so trades have been crazy. So we got Fran Mill on the Angels. What else do we got going on here for trades? And just crazy awards. Anything? Any crazy awards sticking out? Cade Cavalli, Brandon Lyons, but that's really about it. Let's go take a look at standings, see where we rank. I would assume at the bottom. Yeah. Oh yeah, big time. Not even close. All right, let's see how the team did. Garrett Hill got rocked up a little bit. You know, Dylan Peters, not fantastic. Jason Foley, Sal Romano. I mean, did anybody get better? Ian Kroll, Brooks Raley, not terrible. And then we take a look at the starters. Man, I could see why they were not as good as last year. So, did anybody play in the majors this year? Nick Martini did, was not great. I think Chad De La Guerra got some time. He wasn't good. So, let's get back to, Cameron Maben too. Not too bad, not too bad. All right, Jacoby Jones, pretty bad. You got Grayson Grainer, Daz Cameron. Ooh boy, not looking great. Brandon Lyons looks pretty solid. Those are his attributes, so you can kind of see what he was looking like. He actually looks like a really good prospect, really good first baseman, and those are his numbers for his season. You got Torkelson, who improved by a lot. 36 home runs. Are you kidding me? He probably had like every RBI that we had this season. And Kristen Stewart took a huge step back. And everybody else, Dylan Dingler, not terrible, but for the most part, team's looking pretty rough. So I want to see how they do one more year, just to see if, you know, maybe Torkelson, Dingler, some of the younger guys can kind of at least pick them out of that last place spot, because it's a AAA team in the end. You know, like, things are clearly going to be kind of tough, but let's just see what happens. All right, let's get through this final season. Let's see how everything's looking. So Fred Jordan, okay, 22. Looks like he was just a player that just wasn't signed. You got Josh Young, okay. And then Daz Cameron, Grayson Grainer, and then Jackson Job can play the infield apparently as well. And let's see, what else do we have? Looks like kind of the standard squad that they had last year when Seal Perez has come up, but outside of that, nothing too crazy. Looks like this guy was drafted maybe? I don't know that name, so I assume that's not a real player. I feel like he could be in the majors and help the squad out. I feel like that's a name that you should probably have in your squad. Let's go take a look at pitching staff. Madden, Jackson, we got Leo Ramos, who looks like a player that they drafted. Stats don't look too bad. Any other players that are making their debuts this season? Doesn't look like it, but who knows what happens. They've got Manuel Alvarado. He looks like a player that was drafted as well. A potential starting pitcher. I feel like he should be on that side, but outside of that, it still looks like a pretty strong AAA squad. So who knows? This could be the season where they break out, have something crazy happen. Maybe they start winning more games. Let's wait and see. I think 54 is the best. So let's see if we can crack 60 this season. All right, All-Star game. Once again, we're actually at the trade deadline. I want to see who our representative is. And it is Brandon Lyons. He's actually having a really good year. Almost 30 home runs. Brandon Lyons might be kind of a goon. He's kind of giving me like Jared Walsh stats. You know, like kind of really good against righties, not as good versus lefties. But overall, he's looking insane. Good clutch. The discipline looks decent. I mean, this Brandon Lyons might be kind of a goon in real, like in this sim. Like, it might be insane. Torkelson maybe having a bad year, but I think that might be it in terms of our representative. So you guys can see we're at 38 wins. We're going for records here. 38 wins, 20 games out. In the wild card, we are 17. Doubt playoffs are in the picture, but things are turning around. 57 and 105. What? I could have swore we were gonna break some records here. I mean, and by records I mean like our win record by like a bit. I thought we were cracking 60 for sure, but August looks pretty rough. September looks pretty bad as well, and then barely winning any games in October, or the last week of October. So no awards, no league leading stats, which is unfortunate. Did I just see Edwin Rios? Really? Edwin Rios? Interesting. John Means is on the Royals. Cedric Mullins is on the Red Sox. What's going on here? I think Benintendi was on the Dodgers. Okay, interesting. But all right, interesting indeed. So standings wise, are we still like the worst team in baseball? We are not. The Orioles get the crown as the worst team in baseball, and we were just a few games off the Pirates and the Marlins. All right, so since this was our best season, let's kind of take a look and see where we ranked offensively. We cracked the top 20, 18th for batting average. What else we got? 22nd for runs, hits. Top 20 once again. Oh, we can crack. Oh, I thought we were gonna crack top 15. There we go. 16th there. 29th for doubles. Triples, top 20. Ooh, 18th. All right, home runs. Where are we at here? 16. Wow, we actually like really moved up offensively. It just seems like we just got a little unlucky with some of the outcomes. So pitching wise, I'm assuming pitching wise we were pretty bad. Like that's probably where we're kind of lacking. Yeah, 30th for ERA. Shutouts were probably pretty low as well. Where are we? 15th, but I don't even know if that's true. 26th for saves, blown saves, 26th, hits allowed, 30th, runs allowed, 30th. So yeah, we were good decent offensively, kind of middle of the road in the top like 20, you know, around the 15th rank for a lot of offensive categories, but the pitching was what really held us back. So overall, not terrible. You know, Ty Madden, how do you have? How was the season? Not fantastic. It looks like a couple other players were sent down, but let's focus on the major leaguers. Jackson, you know, Leo Ramos, 20-year-old coming in and killing it. All right, they got a pretty good draft pick there, but overall, pretty rough. So I mean, kind of what you would expect from a AAA team or a minor league team in the majors. It wouldn't go well. And I mean, the whole posing a question of would a AAA team or a minor league team be able to compete with a major league team? Yeah, maybe they get one of those games where they're seeing the pitches, they're able to hit everything, things are just going their way, and maybe they'd sneak out a win here or there. But realistically, you know, they're in the minors for a reason. You know, they're part of a long-term project because they're a prospect, they're developing, they're trying to get to the majors, or they're a fringe player who is still trying to get to the majors and maybe just needs to fine-tune some aspect of their game. Their swing isn't right, you know, their mechanics for pitching need to be tweaked a little bit here and there. Whatever it is, you know, they're in the minors for a reason. Maybe they're rehabbing an injury, but they're clearly not MLB ready at that point. So that's why they're in the minors. And for them to say like, oh, they could beat an MLB team, yeah, maybe, but in a long season, this is probably what the outcome's gonna be. So sadly, no top of the division or anything like that. It sucks. And I mean, it's kind of the same thing when people go, oh, I bet Alabama could beat the 0-16 Lions, or, you know, whatever it is. You know, it's the same thing where it's like, these are professional athletes. They're in the majors. They're at the top level for a reason. And those who are in the minors or in college or in the division below, they're there for a reason as well. So sadly, this squad couldn't do anything, but I wanted to pose that experiment, that challenge, just kind of see what would happen. And I hope you did enjoy it. Of course, if you did, thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoyed the content. And of course, in the comment section, I want to hear your take on the whole, like, do you think a AAA team could do well in the season, like an MLB season, or, you know, any other crazy video ideas? Let me know. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.